I got it. Okay, so I'm recording. Let me do my MSN recorder too. Yeah, it's recording as well. Okay, so welcome, folks. Can't believe time has flown. So questions before we begin. So Samuel, how's it going?
It's going good. It's gonna be a long couple weeks to the end of the semester, but it's only getting busier.
Yes, you seem I'm not the only one. I can't be so narcissistic, think that you're just gonna concentrate on me, right? On my project, but hopefully we will. So have you studied for the exam? You ready?
Well, not as much as I should have over the weekend, but I still
Okay,
have
and what
time.
about the open-ended questions?
Yeah, I've taken a look at them, just kind of seeing what I need to do, and
Okay, so basically what you need to do is basically, remember we talked about cloud computing, generative AI. I would concentrate on those, right? Artificial intelligence, the differences, that's what I would focus in on.
Professor, I have a question.
Sure, please.
What are you wearing on your head?
Wow. Wow, who asked me that?
Arnold.
Arnold. Okay, good. Extra credit, Arnold, huh?
Well, I
uh,
texted Arnold and asked what is on Dr. Rush's head. So Arnold stole my question?
Right, Arnold. So
I was actually already thinking about it. So
right. Right, we're gonna fight over who got the extra credit. Great.
we'll
So
do like
I'll
an
bring
even
it. I'll bring
17
it
card.
on Wednesday, so all of you get my extra credit. So what do you think it is? So we'll start with that. What do you think is on my head? You know I'm crazy, right? To begin with.
It's
So
like
that's
a
something
like a
new.
VR headset.
Well, it's not quite a VR, but it's a little bit different. VR
Like a
is
voice
right,
changer.
virtual reality. What's AR?
Augmented reality.
Augmented. And this is another AR, but it's called assisted reality. We have enough problems, when you think about the virtual reality or augmenting reality. This assists you in reality. So this is a company by RealWear. I'm testing it out. I'm giving them feedback. I'm a consultant for them and giving them feedback. And all these companies, it's basically I create these demo labs where I try out different products, give these companies feedback in terms of their branding. Who is this for? What are the issues with it? So this one it's an older model. If you go to RealWear, let me share my screen. I'm glad that you asked. Right?
Wait, so does it
So
like
if you
show you
go
like
to RealWear, excuse me, I have things in the background, so please. Hopefully that other computer. This is a company called RealWear. And what it is in RealWear, if we look at it, it basically, you can see as the solutions, it's like a smart glasses. It's especially for frontline workers. There's some background. Hold on, let me just get that background to help. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So it basically is smart glasses, especially for frontline workers. So you see here, I have a monitor here. This is a computer on my head. It's Android. They're going to have AI incorporated with whatever I see hands-free. Let me show you. Let's see if it works. Flash on. Flash off. Record video. Let me just see. I have to see if this is the problem.
To run the software.
Yeah, I have to run the software. Okay. My camera. Record video. And if I look at, if I can see on, let me see if I can get this realware coming. Let's see here. Where is it? It's coming up here. Basically, let's see, realware, yes. Let's see if it's going to be connected. Is already installed. Okay. So I want to cancel. Setup is not complete. No. Let me say next. Next. And basically, if you have a URL, you can see exactly where anything I see. So let's say I'm a frontline worker. I'm up on a pole. I don't know exactly what to do. I have experts around the world. Hands-free. You can see exactly what I'm seeing. So in this case here, let's see if I can get this to work. Of course, I'm having issues. But you would see exactly what I'm seeing. I can record it. I can have built-in AI to it. Let me see here. I can basically cast on my screen. This can be another instance of my Zoom. So instead of like people were saying, what's the difference between that and a phone? This is a computer on my head. I can broadcast this live. You can also be a part of what I have. Let's see, in this case, you can see that an inline worker, anyone can see what they're doing. You can see that they work with Microsoft. So AI can be part of this. Copilot can be part of it. Zoom is a partner with them. So this can be part of Zoom. So anyone in the world can see exactly what I'm seeing in this part. And I can use realware casting that you can see whatever I'm seeing. So you can see here, they're thinking about it for automotive inspection. So for diagnostics, you get you have an inline worker here. Experts around the world can give advice. Mining, oil and gas, it could be in dangerous situations, can help. Warehousing for vision picking, maintenance, repair, healthcare, part of telemedicine. You can see that it can see my hands exactly. My camera, record video, and basically my medical students around the world could see exactly how I was working on a patient in surgery. I could be a young surgeon, and a more experienced surgeon could be sitting at his or her pool giving me advice of what to do. Basically, if it was hand surgery, I shouldn't be going through this side. I should be going through the back side. Home care, knowledge transfer. You can see manufacturing, aviation. What I have is an older model. You see that in this case, you see the models here, anything dealing with it. And what I like about this and what I'm helping them with is turbocharge your decision-making with AI at the core. So what it's doing is revolutionizing the workflow with cutting-edge wearable technology. And this is the key that's going to be that learning model will be trained basically maybe just on this machine, or it may be training just on that surgery, or maybe training just on diabetes, or maybe training just on radiology. And it will be integrated with AI for hands-free experience. This is the key. How do you train it? So basically, these are the guys you can see when we were even talking about sponsors. They're sponsoring again with Microsoft, Zoom. So you can do that. Okay. So better results. Let me just do some. Okay. And real wear, notice they even have it where you can wear it with your hard hat. A lot of guys in the field, right? Forward, cost effective, user friendly. Where could save you without the see what I see device, they would be guessing questions. We'll put you on the right path. And this woman right here, you see her? She's in charge of training. I invited her to come next Monday to see us. Okay. So, Luke, did that answer part of your questions?
Yes.
So I'll bring it on Wednesday. I'll wear it. I'll look good, right? I always have to look good, you know? So I'll wear it on Wednesday and you can see, and then I can, and what it could be is then people could see in the, what this really works well is, you know, we've screencast, right, Luke? We've screencast where we have problems. But what if basically you were in tech support and you had problems with the USBs and somebody said, oh, I'm having a problem. Well, you can't screencast the USB. And what am I going to do? Hold up my phone this way? Basically, you can then broadcast it and it could be as part of a Zoom or anyone else could see, hey, listen, this is where I'm seeing, and I see exactly what is projected, what is broadcast. And then I can get, if there's certain manuals and I'm up on a tower, those certain manuals could be part of, I could give it voice commands and I could see the schematics basically stored. I have internet access. I could also have cellular access spots. So it's an idea that they have. So anyone have heard of Google Glass? It's kind of like the Google Glass. They have some, there's some issues with it. This is an older model. They've gotten it, but I've given them feedback of what's wrong with it as well. And why aren't they selling as much as they could? Okay, so you got the idea. All right, what else? So everybody have their, unless they've gotten special permission to set this up. Sophie, thank you for joining us this class. Spencer will not be here in this class, so Sophie has volunteered to join us. So Sophie, if you can moderate the chat with us, and anybody that wants to help Sophie then in moderation, in moderating the chats, do I have a volunteer?
I'm happy to do it.
Okay, Luke. Since Arnold took your last extra credit, you'll get this one, right?
Exactly.
Right. He grabbed it. Okay. So the enthusiasm of grabbing it. Okay. So that was part of the chat is what the heck does she have on her head? Okay. So let's go for it. Number one, we have what? An exam on Wednesday. We're going to meet in person. I spoke to the IT support staff. And I told them what? We had issues last time with all those computers. The hardware was not working, right? Remember that? So they're supposed to review it. Do I depend on it? I hope so, but what do I have to do? We have to learn to do what? Backup and recovery. So what is our backup? Everybody in this class has to bring what with them? Besides their pictured ID, what else?
Their computer.
Their computer, and what has to be on their computer is Respondus. In order, I want you to use the school's computer, but in case we're having issues, you know everyone, right, Sophie? Everyone is bringing their laptop just in case. We know this world is always full of surprises, and we know that if somebody says to us, no problem in technology, we always know one of two things. Either they don't know what they're talking about or they're lying to me, because there's always issues. We just have to be prepared and document. Number one. Number two, we have the open-ended questions. I've given you already the open-ended questions, right? Is there any questions you have for me? I'm open. I'll let you think for a minute of anything that is not clear that you want me to clarify. Is there anything, Luke, in the chat?
Nope, nothing in the chat.
Nothing in the chat. If there's nothing in the chat, I'm just going to basically talk about a review, and then we'll go into, my goal is to go into talk about the rest of the semester, which, guess what, Samuel, in long months. Wow, huh? How are you not gonna miss this class, right? So let me see what I got here. So this is J, so this is good. Let me go to what's due, which we always go to. We'll see on then what's due. We know the tech cloud, right, that I talked about, the adaptive assignment, which was due, but the idea here is Azure and AWS. So if I look at Azure and AWS, Jamie Oliver is what?
Can you repeat the question, please?
The question is, when I say Azure, AZURE, or AWS, what am I talking about? Who can help him? If Jamie, you want help?
You're talking about the cloud computing services provided by Microsoft and Amazon.
Yeah, right. I'm talking about Azure is called the Microsoft services, right? Where it's basically, I wanted you to read that of what is cloud computing, that on-demand services. The AWS is another vendor, and that basically we know that Amazon, we know it from its boxes and its delivery trucks, and we know that they bought Whole Foods, but really their most profitable center is AWS. And now even more so, everybody is scrambling because AI, the excitement over AI requires what? Heavy for training requires what? Basically a lot of memory, a lot of storage, GPUs, CPUs, and it's very expensive. And what do people do is they use it on demand and get those services on the cloud. So if I were an AI developer for a product, I would be using, in this case, who else is another competitor is Google. So I guess those three, and Google, it's trying to get better. You would have thought Google was number one in sales, and it is not. So we know that these are possible questions. I know IaaS, Luke, stands for what? All these are AAS are what? As a service. And what does as a service mean? They're cloud services, and either I give the I for infrastructure, I give it the hardware, the P for the platform, meaning the operating system, the S for what? Software. Software, you know that most software that you use is software as a service, right? It's in the cloud. I have to get what? Through the browser to get to the software. I know that I have it. Platform as a service, we already talked about it. IT told me that they're redoing the entire university servers. What was the problem with security at the university? The problem with security at the university is they put everything on the same network. So Samuel, you're my auditor. What's the problem of putting academics, all academic work on the server and all administrative work on the same server? What's the problem with that?
Well, if one gets shut down, then you can't access the program.
Right.
If
And
it gets shut down,
also,
everything gets shut down.
right. And we want to separate a lot of times the administrative, the revenue part of the university, want to separate it from basically doing Blackboard, right? We want Blackboard to be separate network, right? And also it's what, Samuel? Sometimes we have to think about it in terms of security is the roles and what is the value of our information. What's more valuable is all your credit card information that you give to the university or my PowerPoints.
I mean, I like listening to your PowerPoints.
But let's not flatter me. I don't need that much. But in terms of you're my CFO, right? In terms of it, well, where are you going to get more fines, right? Where are you going to get yourself in trouble is when you lose everybody. You're giving out to the dark web. Everybody's a credit card, or giving what? Or giving for the hospital what? Allowing them to get into your servers to get all the appointments and all your healthcare records. And you can't even do surgery, they're going to shut you down. Right? What's going to be important? That I'm in the middle of the surgery, somebody's going to be cutting me open, and then he said, "Oh, I'm not sure, Dr. Wright. Is it the left arm or the right arm? Can you tell us?" "Oh, you're under anesthesia. You can't tell us," right? So, and guess what? Our network is, and guess what? Our IoT is connected. That's not working. So these are important areas in which to look at. Then we talk about how it does what is generative AI? How does it work? What are the benefits, the limitation? What are the use cases? Especially, let's say, the use cases in this case of business and finance. What are the concerns of generative AI, artificial intelligence? What are the subfields? What are the challenges? And then this repeats. Monday, this is your group project. You should have had then the teams, the upcoming events, the short videos. And can you do a favor for me, Sophie? Look under, do you have access to the audit area for this section?
Yeah.
Can you look to see if all the URLs are clickable and are working, and get back to me on that?
I'll get them now.
Yeah, just take your time. Just look at that. And on we talked about it, that once you have it, you should have upgraded your, you should have gotten a code from Spencer. And if you didn't get a code, let me know on upgrading to your Business Basic and getting approval, and then looking at your dashboard to get found on Google, the SEO. We meet on Wednesday. I'm coming with my device on my head. So the exam will be in person on Wednesday. It'll be an SBA. So it's the same thing. Everybody asking, is it going to be like the first exam? It's going to even be the same place. If you like the computer you were on, you even can take that. Maybe you can grab it. You need, we want to be on time. Bring your own computer, your ID. These are the chapters. We talked about it last time. Questions? So, if there are no comments, what I'd like to do is I'd like to give you, this is the case. We have a test on Wednesday. Next week, we have 2 sessions, Monday and Wednesday. And then the 29th of April, you will be presenting. So after that, we basically have just the following week. So what I'd like are those folks. I will be open after that, your class on 5 o'clock, and my teaching assistants will be available to help you with your projects, to give additional help. So I would suggest that you stay with me afterwards on that. Anything else? So, Sophie, how many groups do I have?
There's 9 groups.
9 groups. So what I'd like to do is for you to meet in your groups. I'm going to go through. I'll start in group 1. Sophie, you can go to group 9. And what we'd like to see is give you feedback on your projects. I'd like you, if you've upgraded already, to start. You can start as a group, looking at your dashboard and looking under marketing, and it will say get found on Google. And you will do they have a number of steps to help you with what they call search engine optimization, that Google will be able to take your site and try and crawl through your site, and we'll be looking at techniques how to make yourself higher in the search engines. Okay, any other questions? So I have 9 groups, so let me do breakout rooms. We'll go through the breakout rooms. I'll give you feedback. I'll start with 1. Sophie will start with 9. I'll try to get as many groups as possible. We'll come back, we'll take attendance. I'll stay afterwards, and I'll turn off all recordings and answer any of your personal questions that you have. Anything before, Luke, before we go into
Nothing in the chat, no.
nothing in the chat? Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna then go to my breakout rooms. I'm going to, as Sophie told me, go to 9, and I appreciate, Sophie, you coming. Sophie, I told this group is volunteered. She wants to be a teaching assistant in training. She's in our other class. So I said, if you want some experience, come to J. They're always interesting group, right? What do you think, Luke, huh?
I would say yes.
I would say yes too. So anyways, they're curious too. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to say create 9 breakout rooms. So go to your breakout room, open the rooms, go to your breakout room based on your project number. So group 1 in your project, go to group 1 and so forth. So I'm going to wait here till everybody gets in. Okay. So Arnold, are you in a group? What group are you?
Yeah, I'm joining right now. I'm going.
Thank you. And
I'm
Michelle?
joining right now.
Michelle, do you hear me?
I'm joining right now. Just a little Wi-Fi
Okay, so
issues.
take your time.
Thank you.
And Sophie, can you look at what Michelle is group? Somehow she doesn't hear me.
Yeah, I can do that. And I looked at all the links. The only one that doesn't have a link on
This
the
one.
audit page is group 7.
Okay, so maybe you'll even start with group 7.
All right, I'll start with them, but let me see what group she is in. I could like send her a chat or something, I guess.
Yeah, if she checks it. She looks like she's on.
Um,
And Chase, how are you doing? You're right. You know what group you're in? Okay, so I guess Chase is going.
right, you sent her a message.
Okay, she looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
You almost feel like tapping on her on her
Yeah, I
square.
need to join the breakout room. I'm in group 5.
Okay, group 5.
Dr. Rush, I'm in. Thank you.
Okay, what is she?
I sent her a chat.
Yeah, what
What
group
else
is
to
she
do?
in? What group is she?
Wait.
Sorry.
Michelle, you were so busy. You need to join a group. What group are you, Michelle?
Group 7, right?
Group 7?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just assign you group 7. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
is that the group you needed that they don't have a URL? Sophie.
Yeah, I mean you're recording, so like I don't want to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
anything
but
like
I'm just saying, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's factual. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's factual, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, all right.
I'm surprised no one had questions about the exam.
Okay, well, you'll have questions at the end you can ask me.
I'll ask you another class. Like
Okay, yeah, I mean, ask me at the end.
All right,
That
cool.
way we
Well,
have more time,
all
okay?
right, you want me to
All
join
right,
group
I'm gonna go
7?
join. I'm gonna go to group 1, okay?
See them. Okay, great. All right.
Ciao.
Bye. Join group 7.
Okay. So Sophie, you have some words of wisdom here to share? No? Okay. We have an exam on Wednesday. I'll be more than happy to meet with you after your exam if you have any questions. If you want to show me what you've done, right? That way we can go on. The groups that I met with, I think we clarified. Right? Liam, well, how was that? I think we got a better idea.
Yeah, I think it was really helpful.
Yeah, so we can kind of go through that with you. So let me just share my screen. I can't believe we're behind. So this was Call Annie. And let me just see here what I need. Hopefully I'm in J. I want to take attendance. I want to end check-in. Let me just do a new check-in. Check-in, start check-in, and we'll go. 6324. You need me?
Thank you.
Stay
Have a
with
good
me.
day.
You're welcome. $63.24. Okay, so let me end check-in.
Okay, I have
Jonah, did you check in? Did you do it? Let me just.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just stop sharing and I'm going to turn off my.
yeah, Dr. Rush.
Yes.
So someone in group 7